Miss Skylar Faith lounging tonight. What episode are we on?
We're on episode 65.
All right. Wow, that went behind the couch, Mommy.
I mean, she is. She's lounging. What's happened? We got to 65 and Skylar was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm happy that you're lounging. How's everybody? Welcome to episode 65. That's right. You heard it correctly. 6-5 in a row. No stop. Kept doing it every night until we're done. So hey, it's Sunday evening of this very beautiful Memorial Day weekend. Thanks for joining us. When we started this, as many of you know, I just reached out to my really fantastic crew of two, Skylar Faith, my audience of one, and stage manager, and Andrew McGinnis, my graphics department, my sound engineer, my director, my cameraman, hospitality, really a whole lot of things. And I said, hey, I think we should come live because everything had sort of shut down, and I was sort of itching to see my people and to find out if everyone was okay and to make connection and to build community. I also felt at the time that there was a lot of information that needed to be shared with people. And, we moved to Nashville 2 years ago, but I have family in New York and California, so it was sort of, well, I have family all over, but those are the places that we had lived. And so we felt like we really needed to reach out to everyone, musicians all over the place that I am very close with, like Noah Heldman in California, my bandmate who was on episode 1. So we just called him and we said, how are you doing? How are you holding up? What's happening over there? And then we thought we'd do it for a few nights. Boom. It ran into 65 nights, and we've had a wonderful time connecting with you. We've had some amazing, every night it's just so joyful, no matter how I'm feeling during the day or what's heavy on my mind or how my heart might be hurting. I feel like this is a super, I don't know, it sounds so like cheesy, but like safe space to join with you and kind of reach out and connect. And I like it, I dig it, and you're my tribe, and I love you. Hi Kurt, hi Mackenzie, Sam is on, Jerry is on, hi Will, Marsha is on. You were first tonight. We should have a prize for who's on first. Rochelle is on, hi. We've got Pasadena, California, oh my goodness. We have, oh my goodness, Wisconsin's on. California is represented tonight. New Jersey is represented. This is going to be a great show. I'm so excited for you. I have a great guest for you tonight. But, we like to start with what we did today. What did we do today? Let's see. You went out and played with Daddy outside. What else? Were you going to say that? Did I just steal what you were going to say? You were outside for a long time, and it was hot.
We had lunch, breakfast, dinner? No.
Not yet.
Snack.
Okay.
I never said dinner, I said a snack.
Okay. And then you got a package in the mail. You want to show them your shirt?
So this is one of the shirts I got.
From Aunt Karen, yep. She got a nice package from Aunt Karen. Thank you, Aunt Karen. Aunt Karen is a kindergarten teacher in California, and I know as we do big shout outs to our teachers and our educators that we love so much because they are having to do a whole new world. Can you imagine Zooming with 30 kindergartners? Can you imagine that? I can't imagine doing it with 4 kindergartners, so God bless the teachers. Anyway, we had a really nice day. It was gorgeous here. Went on a super long walk. We're having that thing this week where it's sunny in the earlier part of the day, and then in the afternoon it starts to get kind of gray and the thunder showers roll in. So, we've had one power outage through this whole thing. So we're trying to be really super careful, that we get our show in before the power goes out. So what else? So that's it. It's a really nice weekend. Things in Nashville are beginning to open up, so we always just tell everyone to be out there and be safe. We're grateful for all the workers on the front line and all the essential workers. And boy, aren't we learning who all the essential workers are right now. And we're happy that we can be here safe with our little family. Before we get to our guest, Skylar Faith is raising her hand. That's right. My stage manager is raising her hand. What would you like to say, girl?
Oh,
the other shirt.
the second shirt. Okay.
This is the second shirt I got.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
They're both long sleeves because I like
Girls rules? What does it say? Girls are smart?
It says-
Smart?
Forever smart.
Forever smart. I love that. Ain't it the truth? You are, girlfriend. Hi, Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Kim. Hi, Amanda.
Strong girl. Nice.
Loving it. Scarborough's on.
That's right.
Nice. Loving that. Look at that. Maine is represented.
That's
We're
right.
like all over the country right now.
That's a
Where's
former
Glenn?
93 graduate right there.
Is it really?
Yeah, Kim
so
Wang.
Fun. So
Hey, Kim. How are you
fun.
doing?
Awesome. Okay. So let's get to our guest this evening. One of the really beautiful things about doing this live thing every night is that we get to reach out sometimes with 1, 2, or 3 guests to kind of check in and see how people are doing. And this is a great story. I always try to tell you sort of my connection. As you know, I did sort of my last New York tour back in, I guess it was December. And I always try to pop into Jim Caruso's cast party when I can. Great open mic that he does for the Broadway and cabaret community there. And you know it, it's fantastic. And they're doing it online right now, so you should definitely catch that up Monday nights on YouTube. But I drop in, and one of the nice things is not just being able to say hello to all the people that I love and his amazing band and reconnecting with the musicians that I know, is I always walk away meeting 1, 2, 3, or 4 amazing musicians. And so that happened that night. Jim turned me on to another musician that I met, and lucky for you, he just might be home. Should we see if he's home? You know, a lot of people are home right now. So we're going to knock on his door. Okay, we're going to knock on his door and see if he's home. So please welcome our musical guest this evening. This is Brian Ruby.
Hey, there he is.
Hey, what's going on?
Look at that, you're home. See, how lucky for us. It's really good to see you, friend. I always start by saying, tell the people watching tonight where you are calling in from. Where are you?
I'm calling in from East Nashville, from
Yes.
my house in about 15 minutes from Broadway in East Nashville, Tennessee.
Awesome. It's really good to see you. So what's funny is that I was just telling him the story that I met you in New York at Jim's cast party. And of course, Jim made the instant connection because he said, you've got to meet another Nashville artist. And so like with many things, we had plans. We had big plans to get together, have some coffee, write some music. That didn't quite happen. Tell everyone out there, what were you, and tell me, because I don't actually know, what were you doing? Like what was going on in your world before everything kind of shut down?
Right. Well, funny you mentioned cast party, because I'm the same way. I try to stop in there every time I'm up in New York. I was up recording, doing a project out of a studio up there for a couple weeks, so I stopped in, and I'm glad Jim introduced us. But before COVID happened, I was actually in spring training. I'm a baseball player, and I play professionally overseas, although I'm from the U.S., and I was in spring training when COVID hit, and we had to go back home, so I've been home in Nashville, just writing songs with the people I usually write with during the off seasons. I live here in the off seasons, and I play baseball in the spring and summer. And country songwriter, just been writing a lot of country songs and hoping that these things start to safely open up soon.
I hear you. I hear. So because we're new friends, I didn't know that. So I already know that a lot of people on my page are laughing about that, because they know for years I've toured with Tim Flannery. And so, of course, I know Brian as a songwriter, and I see him on his page doing music and writing tunes and sharing his tunes. And I didn't know anything about the baseball connection until today. So that's amazing. So do you have any prediction about what's going to happen with you heading back? Or, I mean, does anyone know what's going on?
I think so. For the major leagues, I think they're going to get started hopefully midsummer. I'm not sure about the minor leagues in the U.S., but baseball overseas really depends on where you are. But I'm hoping that some of the travel restrictions will be lifted maybe early July, so we can at least get half the season in. Yeah. Until then, I'm okay where I'm at, writing songs in Nashville. I have a couple projects that I've been a writer on that are coming out that I work with soon, and I'm in a song test right now that's been postponed, but I made it to the championship of it. It's called Nashville Rising Song.
Nice job. I know it. Awesome. That's good for you. Yeah. So did they postpone it to do it virtually, or did they just postpone it till things come back live?
I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. I think that they're hoping to do it live, maybe when it's safe to do so with a very small audience. But here's a plug, if you follow me on all my socials, Brian Ruby, Brian with the Y, Ruby with the Y, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and my website, brianrubymusic.com. Sign up for a once monthly email update with songs, exclusive access to songs that I write for country artists here, and some updates as well. You'll find out as soon as they decide when the championship of our contest will be.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love all of it, and I love a plug. So go ahead and plug away. So listen, one of the great things about this time is that even though everyone is very aware that, you know, it's a serious time, we're all being cautious and safe, I've been able to reach out to my people all over the place and introduce them happily to new writers and new music and new artists. Do you think maybe you could play a little something for my friends tonight from your place in
For
Nashville?
sure.
Yeah, they would love that. They're a lot of
Sure,
lovers
let's
of
do it.
music.
Let's do it. Let me get this. Yeah, I'll get that down a little bit. Cool.
Cool.
So this is a song that I wrote for a Texas artist by the name of Neil Cooper, who has his debut album. The first single will be coming out on June 5th, and the album will be rolled out later this summer. This will be a song on the album. It's called Where You're At. Good to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Thanks. Sit at a coffee shop in Jackson Hole with a moose head over the fireplace. Are you filling up your tank, sipping Diet Coke in the dust outside Santa Fe? Are those pink Chuck Taylors in a quarter town drinking dollar Coronas all day? I can still hear the mariachi band come on, say he said the one that got away. But if that white line ever gets lonely, if the nights get a little too cold, if you know work out, then you have your doubts, you got a place to go. I've got the money in it, there's gas in the tank. If you need me, I can get there fast. Just say the word, and I'll meet you where you're at. Are you thinking of me driving down 4th Street where your favorite hotel down? Maybe if you sleep tangled up in those sheets, honey, I'll still know to feel the same now. But if the white line never gets lonely, if the nights get a little too cold, if you not work out, if you have to doubts, you got a place to go. I've got the money in the bank, there's gas in the tank. If you need me, I can get there fast. Say the word, and I'll meet you where you're at. Oh, where you're at. Just say the word. Oh, just say the word. Just say the word. But if that white line ever gets if the night get a little too cold, if it don't work out, if you have your doubts, you got a place to go, baby. You got the money in the bank, there's gas in the tank. If you need me, I can get there fast. Just say the word, and I'll meet you where you're at. Oh yeah, just say the word, and I'll meet you where you're at.
Woo! All right.
Thunderous applause from the studio audience and lots of love from the people online. That sounds great. So did you say that was a tune that you got is being released on another artist? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so
Cool.
you know, with me being a baseball player, I would like to be an artist in the future, but just writing songs for other people, because it's not my primary job right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, luckily Neil was able to hear the song and is going to put it on his record this summer.
I love it. It sounds great. And I'll meet you where... Yeah, I like it. I totally could sing it back for you. After we heard it in the little sound check, too, I could sing it back. So that's a sign of a good song, right? Hey Wendy, hey Mary Lou, hey Larry Mitchell. Okay, so obviously you're waiting to see what's going to happen with baseball, and I'm sending you good vibes on that. I know, I mean it's especially in your case, right? International is it's a whole new thing. And you're using this time to write, obviously, which is great because it's funny, we have musicians. A lot of the guests that we have are musicians or some type of artists, and there's a lot of musicians who just aren't in that space to write right now. Some people just aren't feeling it, but a lot of people are saying it's actually been the most creative time for them. They've really been able to. And then when this is all over, we will write for sure. So let me ask you a couple of the questions that I ask everyone. What for you, and you can take these like light or funny or serious. What has been the hardest part of this time for you? What's been the hardest part?
Hardest part, I mean, it's just been the lack of connection. I'm used to going in either or in-person writes with people. And I get to visit my family every once in a while. And the tough part has been long days of being alone. And luckily I've been able to see some of them in person in the last couple of weeks as restrictions have been lifted.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been a challenge transitioning to write songs over Skype and FaceTime is not the best, but we're making it work. For now, that's definitely been the toughest. Yeah.
I hear you. The personal connection. Yeah, we're all feeling that right now. And then, okay, so here's the flip side of that. What would you say has been the silver lining during this time? What's your silver lining?
Silver lining is just I've gotten a ton of stuff done that's been on my list of things to do.
Right? Good for you.
And I've written some great songs, have some projects coming up that wouldn't have happened. Silver lining is, as writers, we're always running from thing to thing, and just taking a step back has been really good for my songwriting, and I feel very fortunate to be healthy, and I just hope that everybody else out there is staying safe and staying healthy and doing the proper things, to social distance and stuff until we figure this thing out.
I hear you 100%. Okay, one more. We're going to give you the last one. It's the same 3 questions I give everyone every night because I like to get perspective, but we're going to go fast because I know you've got to you have a Zoom party for your grandma. Is that right?
Yeah, it's my grandma's 80th birthday.
Oh.
So
I'll see that. So
Yeah.
good. Okay, so last question. Look, and this could change in 3 months, or if God forbid we're at this for longer. But what would you say your takeaway is? What have you learned from this time?
I've learned that, oh boy, in quick answer, I've learned how to be more self-sufficient and, not rely on other people for things. I've been okay. It was tough at first. I've been okay with spending more time, by myself. I'm a very social person, always at different shows and stuff. I saw over 100 bands just in 2020.
Yeah.
Or COVID hit in under 3 months,
Wow.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I've learned how to be more solitary, and I think it's been great for me to experience that, and definitely good for my songwriting.
I love it. It's it's good to spend a little time with yourself, and a lot of us are spending a lot of time with ourselves. But it's good for writers, and it's a really interesting time, and I love getting the perspective from all the different people that I get to reach out to, because everyone's, we keep saying it. I feel like we repeat ourselves every night, but we're all on the same journey, but it's just a different situation for all of us, and some of us are having very different experiences. So it's important to understand that there's really no right way to do this. Nobody, So I just kind of honor everything you're saying. And your music is so cool, and you're so interesting. I'm glad that we finally got to connect this way. This is the longest conversation we've had, honestly. But also, I'm really looking forward to writing with you because I love your stuff. I love that song, and I definitely can't wait till. And I agree. It's a necessity to get together and write right now during the Skypes. But there's nothing like sitting in a room room with somebody and writing a song. I miss that too. So we will definitely be in touch when this is over. Thank you so much for playing for us tonight, and be sure to go in below. Tell us, before I let you go to Grandma's birthday party, tell us where we can find us. Did you say your website? You said you plugged your thing, but make sure that you go in. Is it just your socials? Like, where's the best place to find you?
Yep. Best place, Facebook, Instagram, and my website, BrianRubyMusic.com. That's Brian with a Y, Ruby with a Y. And it's all there. Check it out. YouTube as well.
We will definitely check you out. So good to see you, friend. You have a great night, and stay safe for sure until we can meet again in person.
All right, you too. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you got it. Bye, friend. He's awesome. It's great. That's honestly the longest that we've connected. The first time that we met was at a cast party, and it's really nice that we connected, and I can't wait to write with him. I love that tune. And this is a special thing that we get to do every night. And I get, I'm feeling like, I don't know if it's because we're kind of winding down to the last sort of week of this, that we're going to come to you nightly. But I feel like I'm starting to get really choked up because, just reaching out to all of these people that we're able to connect with, seeing them in person. It's like every night there's a Zoom call or a FaceTime call, but also all of you that reach out and say hello. I feel like I'm still sort of, at a coffee shop, and we're all together listening to music and saying hi to one another and virtually hugging each other. So thanks for doing this with us. We've been telling you that we're going to sort of ramp down. Is that right? Ramp down? Yeah. Taper off, I guess. So this is going to probably, we think, be our last full week of nightly shows, because we come to you every night. I don't know. Does any other talk show do that? I don't know if any other...
I can answer that. No.
Can you? Says Andrew with the aching back. I just found out the other day that... and is it Kelly and Ryan? It used to be Regis, right? So it's Kelly and Ryan. They do their live show. They're great. They've been on for what seems like forever. Kelly Ripa, yay, Jersey girl. But I just found out that she's been doing her live morning show from the Caribbean. She's been doing her live thing every morning to kind of keep some normalcy for people. But I didn't know doing this from the Caribbean was an option. I didn't know that.
I would have liked that option.
honey, it wasn't an option for us.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so I talked a little bit last night about songwriting. Every night I come to you, I try to do one original song at least. Sometimes it's a cover. And I've been diving a little bit into the stories behind the song. So last night I was explaining that sometimes we write songs as songwriters that we don't really intend to do anything with. They're really for us. We don't plan to release them. Or maybe they're a part of a song that we worked on for forever. Or maybe we put them in our phone and then we found them again. And then sometimes we know this is a song that's going to go on a project. This is for a CD. This is a co-write. This is a song for somebody. But I thought it'd be interesting to play this today because I played a song last night that you guys were really kind about. It was called Nightingale, and it's a song that was just for me. I told you I became a bird watcher. Who knew, now that I live in Tennessee? But before Nightingale was born, because I worked on that for a bit, this song was like about a month before that, right? Because I sort of start stuff and then I finish it. And when I pulled this out today, I thought I had to share it with you because it has so many of the same lines, like a lot of the same lyrics, same kind of ideas behind it, but totally different song with a totally different vibe. And I thought that would, from a songwriting perspective, for people that are interested in lyricists and how we sort of like put a song together, I thought it'd be interesting to play this because neither one of them are probably going to be something that I release. I'll probably maybe play them live, but anyway, here we go.
Myself up for still wanting you to bail
tell everybody I'm fine. When I'm done doing hard time for the ways of my foolish heart, lay me down easy. You don't know what I already lost. You don't know what it already cost. And if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. Can you hear me pray? Have mercy, I'm almost over it. Through the fire and through the worst of it. Have mercy, I'm almost over you. Have mercy, my crime was loving you. You could pardon my heart if you wanted to. Have mercy, I'm almost over you. All of the saints run away and the angels hide their faces. They'll be held to pay. Lay me down easy, 'cause I think by now you know I've been asleep with your ghost, and your ghost never leaves. Have mercy, I'm almost over this. Through the fire and through the worst of it. Have mercy, I'm almost over you. Have mercy, my crime was loving you. You could pardon my heart if you wanted to. Have mercy, I'm almost over you. Have mercy, I'm almost over you. Lay me down easy. Lay me down easy. Lay me down. Yay!
You stop. There.
So there's my little behind the song. Same ideas, lots of the same lyrics, and that one was born first, and then I shelved it. I shelved my own song. I shelved it, and then I brought it back as Nightingale, and whatever. You can do that when you're the writer, and it's your own stuff, and it's your own song. You can move it around, and you can decide at a later date that it's gonna. Oh, let me tell you, a lot of my songs started as one thing and then came back as something totally different. And then, as you guys well know, because I told you a few episodes ago, if you listen to some of my songs, I steal lines from songs. And anyway, so that brings me to, I guess, another thing that we're going to do. A lot of people on my feed, hey, Shauna, hey, Timothy is on. Timothy, I know, I laugh when I see that because it's Tim. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Jan. Hi, Jeannie. Oh, nice to see all these people. When we wrap this up, we've got an amazing week lined up for you. And I'm going to try really hard to do the whole week so that you know from Monday to Friday, all of the guests, touching base with some really great people that I'm excited to see that I haven't seen. And then at the end of the week, I think we're looking at possibly on Saturday night, we're going to go ahead and, after this has wrapped, sort of the live nightly show that we've done, which I guess is a talk show. Am I doing a talk show? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably going to
A
wrap on
variety
Friday.
show.
The Fun Friday show. It's a variety show?
It's like a variety show.
show.
Yeah.
I think I've hosted a variety show. That's what we did. I think then on Saturday we're going to do a concert. We've been getting a lot of requests from people to do songs and to tell stories behind a lot of the new stuff that maybe they missed the episode that I did it on, and a few old songs, some favorites of mine from every CD. And so I think I'm going to do a concert on Saturday that'll just be music for you guys. And then these will be, maybe once a week we'll come to you live. I don't know. That's a whole lot. Come over here. Let's say goodnight. Thanks for tuning in. I've loved seeing all of your beautiful faces. Your comments warm my heart. I'm so happy to have this community and connection. I would have gone nuts if we didn't do this. Don't you think we would have gone cuckoo if we didn't do this? It gave us something to do. Yes, no, that's you. Okay, let's say it. You got it? I'll let you do it. Your?
Try.
No, other way. No. Okay, so maybe by 70. Your,
Take two.
Your?
Your vibe.
Uh-huh. Attracts your?
Try.
Uh-huh.
And we love
Our tribe, I do. You're our tribe, and we have loved doing this with you. And we will see you this week for a great bunch of shows. Thank you, Brian Ruby. Happy birthday to your grandma. Thanks for being her. And love you guys. Have a great night and stay safe, please. I don't know what she's doing. Okay.